And most importantly, yes. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming through. This is the KTNG Morning Show. It's Friday, so let us all start our day with a small prayer here. Never like this because it'll still keep you enslaved, and definitely not like this because you're shot, and definitely not kneeling or barbecuing, as people will actually call the police and deny you of the rights. So, in God's name we say, I thank you, Jah, for my early rising and good health this morning, for the opportunities you placed before me, so therefore I may succeed with them at your merit alone, to also help those who cannot help themselves, and to show compassion towards my enemies, even though they deserve a straight patada en el culo. Yahshua, Jesus Christ, and to the 227th heir to the throne of Yah himself, King Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. Alrighty. So therefore, more or less, I think we got everything like nailed out of here. But more importantly, I want to thank you guys for, supporting what we do here. If you are watching this on Facebook, we will try and stay on as long as the stream. I do need to support, so that's why I tell you guys to go to our website. Also, we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube, so therefore you do have an opportunity, mode to go through. Or if you would like, you can actually do the cell phone thing or mobile device or desktop at KTNG860am.org. Get on now, join the conversation, stay for the insanity. It is the Friday mix, and we got a lot of ground to cover, but considering that Cheeseburger and his cronies have basically just left it wide open for me. I mean, just everybody that basically had the semblance of privilege that not basically has led to the titling of the show, calling the boned oyster. Okay, so therefore, I have been skipped over something real quick, and I think 9 times out of 10 this is not cool. That was not cool. There we go. Hold up. There we go. Excuse me, people. Excuse me. I got to have my beginning. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the KTNG Morning Show. Like that little kitty cat that be like, me. There's the sign, people. You see the sign right there. You see the sign right there, okay? You see the sign. All right, anyway. KTNG860am.org, Unified Community Broadcasting, Talk and Soul of Colorado Springs. We are up this morning. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. Everybody's going to be out there barbecuing. Make sure there ain't no white people around you so that way you get busted. And kneeling, okay? And make sure you're doing so when you're changing the diaper of your child. Okay, because you might get fined, you might get penalized and so forth, but that's pretty much it. But nonetheless, this is your host from the left to the right, to the east, to the west, to the north, the coast, the irrepressible mouth. Yeah, right, sitting here on the top of the mountain, baby. That's right, the G to the R to the I to the T to the Z. On. From the top of the mountain all the way down to the freeway all day. That's how I flip it, that's what I say. The freak on the peak who's about to speak and interrupt everything that you thought you knew for the week. So now you got time to sleep. Get up. Wash your brains, damn it. Wash your damn brain. Okay? And don't get stuck with the sucker punch. Serious, that's what this damn thing says. I've been carrying it now for like 3 years. Okay? So whenever I do this and so forth, it's like bam, bam, bam. That's to wake you up and let you know that yes, you got sucker punch. Okay? So let's attack our basic fundamentals here on what it means to have privilege and whatnot and have it go your way. Now, many of you have basically just heard about the story about homeboy, 30-year-old that basically, I don't know why, the 30-year-old that basically lived with his parents and whatnot. Had that been a black family, I'm serious, your ass would have been kicked out when you were 15 because you didn't have 3 jobs. But we got to get to some real pressing things right about now and so forth that are more pressing than ever. Okay? So if anything, what can you say? I mean, Cheeseburger does it all, man. He does it all. So, basically, I have to ask, is it worth our effort to continue this anarchistic fascism to where everything we do here in this country is like based on Hitler's like motive of like power and corruption. So, question here today is, what went wrong for cheeseburger in North Korea? Everything. Okay, everything. As reported by NBC News, and yours truly will commentate on along the side of it as well. So here it is. It's hard to find anyone in Washington save your fearless leader, okay, the stress of your mess. All right, the stress of your mess. Okay, the commander in beef, the sloppy tweeter, okay, the sloppy tweeter, and needless to say, that ignorant jackass, the idiot whose brain is smaller than a walnut. I'm talking about your friend and mine, Cheeseburger, burger, and he's looking for a gun. Yeah, okay. Now, it's hard to find anyone in Washington, save the idiot himself, and CIA Director Mike Pompeo, who thought a June nuclear summit with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un was a great idea. Now canceled, okay, or put on hold, and Cheeseburger is reminding this country that that the American military is ready, if necessary, to escalate straight from negotiation to war. I mean, this is the typical motif of a spoiled ass bullshit bitch. All right, straight up, okay. Let's face it, people. This guy has more. This guy has more, angst in him about foreign nationals than anything else. I mean, let's look at the track record here, okay? First of all, he doesn't like immigrants. Second of all, he damn sure don't like blacks richer than him or close to richer than him at all. And let's see, he definitely don't like, nobody that's not a part of his neo-Nazi regime or creating an ethno-state. But he is screwing over countless poor white people, left and fucking right. And you poor white people who voted for this jackass, now you are in the same boat as us, and you are suffering. All right? Now that this shit's been canceled, okay, it thinks that Kim's, basically is gonna gonna sit there and say, okay, well, fine, we've been doing stuff ahead of time, bud. We've been doing stuff ahead of time. So when he canceled the shit, why did it take almost 20 minutes later for Washington to figure out that this guy was blowing up his stuff? He was keeping to his word, okay? Even before he sent a letter to Kim canceling the talk on Thursday, North Korea had stopped taking American phone calls. Straight up and down, okay? Well, we got a lot of dial tones, CIA Director Mike Pompeo said at the congressional hearing. Wow, a lot of dial tones? So talk of cheeseburgers winning a Nobel Prize, I mean, that was so premature. I mean, that was so premature, it only lasted a half a minute, in which most men with short dicks and small hands find themselves in that particular sense, okay? Now, Chad went up at his political rallies in recent weeks has been on pause for at least a moment. And North Korea hardliners and in his administration can dance to the death knell if a deal is not taken. First of all, who the hell are we to go up and tell people how they fucking live? All right? Oh, you want democracy all over the world, but yet still you want to demonetize their means of making money. You want to replace their money with our money. And every regime that's ever done that, okay, has fallen by the wayside, has lost millions of people, has had their economy, their social structure completely destroyed, okay? You want me to break this down for you? Check this out. Syria did not have any chemical weapons. No, that shit was pumped up by what? Right-wing media. Bing! And what did we do? We sent missiles over there and we murdered a whole bunch of people for no fucking reason whatsoever. Alright? How about this? And I'm pretty sure you're enjoying this right about now. Okay? This idiot sits up and says, okay, we're going to protect American jobs, but yet still he is crushing our own economy in the process to get what he wants. Okay? I'm pretty sure we're understanding this. And the only reason North Korea basically has been on edge is because of one stupid ass individual, and that's Tom Bolton. Not free game, not free, any, relation to John Bolton and so forth, but but Tom Bolton, Mr. White Mustache and so forth, looked like Colonel Sanders had a fucking heart attack and then woke up and started taking Xanax from that point on. Mr. Warmonger, who said this should be put as a Libya model. Okay, I call this the curse of Gaddafi. Okay, straight up. I don't mean no harm here, but anytime, any freaking time, you're gonna make some mention of that and it leaks out. As fast as social media goes and as fast as everybody got like spies and whatnot, by the way, Cheeseburger, your spy did not come through, homeboy. I don't know where you come with these invisible fake bullshits that you're doing, but you're just stalling for the inevitable. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Ed Terrell, good morning. Thanks for joining the crowd, people. Come for the convo, people. Stay for the insanity, because this is how I'm breaking all this shit down so you can understand it, all right? First and second. Now, second of all, okay, we already got past that point. Second of all, since John Bolton had to come out of his mouth and say, oh, we're gonna put it like the Libyan model and whatnot, what do you think North Korea is going to fucking do? Like, they're gonna just sit back and say, okay, well, we're gonna take this? No. They're gonna be like, no. That was the first instance. The second instance is when South Korea and the United States decided to have military maneuvers. And oh my God, you're showing it straight before. Now you're sitting up there, you got Mike Pompeo sitting in the congressional office talking about all kinds of crazy shit about China having like these multiple bases all over the place. They only have one outside of their border. We got this entire planet covered, Jack. Named, from Australia to Indochina to freaking the Baltic states, all throughout Africa, and grips of them all throughout the United States. Okay? Come on. You want to denuclearize everybody else so that way they stay weak and defenseless, controlled by a democracy that is ran like a new world order. Come on. How often do you see the devil come to church? Okay? If we want a freaking deal and so forth, let's see if we can get Cheeseburger to bring his fat ass into church. That would be interesting. I don't know, he might just start melting when he gets past the threshold of the door. I'm melting, it's not a great thing, it is sad, I'm burning up because I don't want to see the crucifix. I gotta give it to Kim On-jung for calling Mike Pence a political idiot, alright? A political dummy. Idiot, dummy, it all sounds in the same whitewash. But then two, we still have this mendicant who calls himself a leader, who people back his ass up under all the circumstances and say, oh, Nobel Peace Prize, okay? This man has done nothing. He has done nothing at all. Everything is Billionaires Club, the Billionaires Boys. And when it came to the Billionaires Boys Club, he got kicked the fuck out. Why? Because he tried to buy an NFL team. So when he was making his campaign space through, say, like Alabama, for instance, all right? And he's like telling people like, oh, I wish the owners would. Wouldn't it be nice to see those owners sit up and, kick those guys out of there for not, paying attention or idolizing or worshiping the fucking flag and our national screwball anthem that was basically written to keep people enslaved forever? You know what I do? I usually wear that damn thing as a diaper. I've wiped my ass with it. I've pissed on it. I've burned it. I've even thrown it out of a freaking car. I don't care about a stupid ass flag. Okay? Does the flag bring me money? No. Does the flag cook my meals? No. Does the flag wipe my ass? With the right hand. Okay? For real, people. What has that flag done for you that you can't do for yourself? What has the national anthem done for you that you cannot do for yourself when you are when you are completely away from the mindset and the mind frame of being a supplicant to such dodgery? Think about it, people. Think about it. How can people sit up and write about freedom this, freedom that, and then say, no, we're going to take that away from you? That's so contradictory, okay? The hypocrisy behind that and so forth is those who make the goal make the rules. That means they control your freedom. When are we going to mobilize people to where we can lobby and take some of that gold ourselves? Obviously not. So what went terribly wrong for El Jefe of Messe, who said he was on the brink of a historic peace, see North Korea give up its nuclear arms and possibly result one day in the withdrawal of American troops from the Korean Peninsula? No. Let's look at the people in Okinawa, Japan, who are tired of the Marine Corps base that's there already. Why do you think they're staging protests? They want their land and simple life back. Okay? All your wars are over. There's no need for you to be there. Okay? And so what are we doing? Okay? We're going back to the old Cold War ethics of trying to stomp out communism. Ideology versus ideology. Okay? Remember what happened in the Roman Empire, people. Those who build their empires on the backs of slaves are doomed to see it fall. That's just historic fact. All right? You don't believe me? Look it the fuck up. All right? Straight up and down. So if anything, you know, you have to look at, you know, all the, that is the reason why the North Korean thing just fell apart in the first place. You got somebody that looks like Race Bannon from Johnny Quest as a vice president. And then you have National Security Advisor John Bolton, who, did I just say Tom? Oh, I'm sorry. Leveled thinly veiled threats at Kim while Pompeo was trying to keep talks alive. So, if anything, if anybody that needs to be fired is John Bolton, okay? Because for one thing, when you got him as NSA, you know, chief, whatever the fuck you call him, or what you want to call him and everything, the overseer of our freedoms, the man who basically believes that everybody of color should be destroyed. This country has a problem. It has a racist problem. It has a discrimination problem. It basically lives on its foundations and will continue to do so until somebody puts a bullet in that bastard's fucking neck. All right? Please, 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 please. I'll pay anybody 2 cents to put a bullet in his fucking neck. Sure, you'll get like harsh. You probably wind up getting shot or, you know, being murdered for it and everything. But think of the you know, the greatness that you basically placed in our country of saying that, yes, we will not tolerate tyrants. We will not tolerate bullies. We will not tolerate the autocracy of rich people ruining our lives and getting all the perks. But then I have to look at it from another angle too. I mean, come on. Look at this. Bill Cosby, Morgan Freeman, all right? They even tried to get Russell Russ. I mean, all these sexual innuendo things is like lined up one after the other. Weinstein's going to fucking, Weinstein, come on. You gotta have a token somewhere in this whole Me Too thing, right? Now, I don't want to put out a conspiracy, which, needless to say, our Commander-in-Cheese, Burger, okay? All right, he's not mine. All right, let's just get that straight right off the bat. I served this country, and I sat there and I watched. How can somebody in charge be responsible for so many lives on an ideal, in which, needless to say, I come back into the hood and I still get treated like crap, regardless. All right, so that don't look too good. That don't look too good to me. But here it is. Now you got NFL players being told that they cannot express their freedom of speech. Okay? We must remain voiceless as voiceless, manipulated slaves in a game that we played just to keep from robbing white people. Okay? All right? I believe Theodore Roosevelt sold it out first. He says, if man does not have a way of getting rid of this excess energy, as in for sports and whatnot, then this country would fall apart. And right now, Cheeseburgers are aiding that process right now. Okay, so one of the things I did want to look at, and so no, I don't want to look at that jackass. No, hold on, hang on, people. Hang on. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Okay. Okay, so no, not that one, Where is this? Where is it? Let's see. Oh, come on here, people. Ah, there it is. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Hold on. Hi, Chihuahua. Okay. There he is. Cool. All right. This is the story I wanted to focus on as well. Now, as you know, we basically are the African American community is probably the most prolific community when it comes to consumption. We're damn near 30% of the consumer base in this country, but yet we're 5% of the population, and we're 50% of the prison population. In other words, we're basically being cajoled right back into slavery. Okay, economic segregation has not been the new Jim Crow. No, redlining has been done since like the early 20s and 30s. All right, so let's just get that straight. But here it is. Let's see, straight out of the Washington Post. An idiot. NFL players react to Cheeseburger's comments on new anthem policy. So let me get this to you real quick. But the NFL announced yesterday, it's Wednesday, its new policy on player and personal conduct during pregame renditions of the national anthem. Some players complained that they were not consulted about it ahead of time. It was a closed-door meeting. It was the good old boys club versus those boys club. Them hip-hop boys clubs. You know, them boys. That's right. A partying bullshit boys. Okay? Yeah. So Cheeseburger gave a few players more to react negatively to Thursday when he indicated the new policy didn't go far enough and insisted players who protest during the anthem should be deported. Okay? You know something? I like to see an American-born black man get deported. Where? Okay? I want to see that. Those comments were described by the Broncos' Brandon Marshall as quote-unquote disgusting, while the Seahawks' Doug Baldwin called Trump an idiot. Both players criticized the president for creating an impression that differing viewpoints are not to be tolerated. So in other words, he's trying to elicit some sort of, thought police behind all this. In other words, you are going to be penalized for your thoughts. And your thoughts lead to actions, right? Okay, so therefore, we are penalizing you for having a stand-up character against a problem in this country that I, as your cheeseburger, will not discuss because there are fine people on both sides. Okay? Come on, people. Y'all love this? How do you love such ignorance? How do you love such powerful arrogance? How do you love the fact that the man is basically screwing this freaking country into a complete billionaires boys club because he wants to prove to his billionaires boys club that I can do stuff more powerful than you. All right? If it ain't about him, who is it about? Where the fuck is Melania? Okay? And how did Ivanka get a fucking secret press pass? And I don't understand how his homunculi sons are. It was like some of the goofiest looking kids I ever seen in my fucking life. Baron, you's a punk. And you will grow up into one, all right? Therefore, the new policy mandates that players who are on the sidelines during the anthem be standing, but it allows players the option to remain in the locker room while the song is performed. Asked about it by Brian Kilmeade of Fox and Friends, Cheeseburger said, I don't think people should be staying in locker rooms, but I think it's good. Okay, first and foremost, here's a jackass who basically can't, stay to his own script. He flips and he flops his own damn script. And this is the reason why Rudy Giuliani falls from behind that jackass, and Mike Pompeo basically falls behind the ass that is the ass. All right. Quote: You have to stand proudly for the national anthem, or you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be there. Maybe you shouldn't be in the country. If that is that policy for that motherfucker and so forth, tell you what. Here's what we should do. Okay. Here's what we should do. All right. Whenever the Sunday comes up and so forth and whatnot, and there's a football game, I know they got Thursday night football as well. What you do, people? Turn the fucking TV off. You want to crash the system and so forth? Flood their Twitter accounts. Flooded their Twitter accounts. Turn off the damn TV. Go outside and play football. So that way, all you can do is make a mockery of, say, like the American flag. Use that as part of your fucking. Use that as like, say, where the 50-yard line is at, and let's see. Also, make effigies of Trump as tackle dummies, or invite some of your white neighbors to play and tell them to put on a Trump mask. Okay, that sort of thing. There are many ways to show some sort of redaction to this idiot's diplomacy. Okay, there are many ways to screw with them. And if you don't take the time to learn how to do so, people, we will be following the same controlled bullshit over and over and over until the point of where, come on. The only being on this planet right about now that has more rights than you is a pig with a hook in his nose going to his slaughterhouse. All right? Come on. Are we this lame? are we this fucking lame? All right, I gotta get my hats off to Steve Nash, who's wearing his, make love not hate t-shirts during practice. Okay, but see, you guys gotta realize these are the Billionaires Boys Club. Everybody that's an owner in the NBA, in the NFL, okay, not for long, or okay, no Freedom League, as many would call it, will find themselves, okay, as fringe players. Your salaries will be taken, your livelihoods will be taken away from you, and so forth. Good. Take you and your money, get the fuck about the country, and so forth. Improve the economy of another country that's fallen by the wayside by this. Reinvest your freaking money to make money. Okay? Get in, get out. Take the fucking money and run. All right? Come on, people. You're gonna be dependent on somebody to basically beat your ass for showing up at work every damn day? Sorry, that ain't right. That ain't the style, kids. That ain't the style. All right? If you want to work for a jackass that berates you, beats you, and takes away your freedoms and your rights because you're at a job, you a sucker. Straight up and down. You are a slave, a sucker. Straight up. Or as the song goes, you are a sucker. Moving right along. Anyway, I want to get to this Pompeo thing. Because this boy is lying his ass off. This boy, okay, essentially ain't got he was never briefed. This boy, okay, definitely, and I repeat, definitely has no business at all in politics. When I sit up and I hear him and everybody else and so forth sit up and tell the House of Representatives, the GOP, that, oh, China's doing this, Syria's doing this, and Tom Bolton says do this, that, and everything else. It really makes me think about the circle that Cheeseburger surrounds himself with. Okay? A bunch of narcissistic sociopaths who have money. Okay? And definitely don't believe in helping people at all, except for helping themselves. And if they continue to help themselves, guess what? You are going to be the footstool, black man. You are going to be the footstool, black woman. You are going to be the footstool, brown woman, brown man. All of you. And all of you are just pawns in this fucked up man's game. Check this out. Pompeo flashes temper over questions on Cheeseburger's business interests. And there's a reason why they're trying to, they didn't want to go to the freaking North Korean conferences at all, because they know that all of this shady shit that this bullshit loser is doing right about now is simply coming to pass. It is now coming around him, posing like a slow black noose against a long, short, stubby little white necklace. Yes, I'm enjoying this. Okay. Washington. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Thursday dismissed, quote unquote, as bizarre and outrageous as Democrat senators questioned about whether Cheeseburger's business interests could be affecting his administration's foreign policy. Of course it is. We need to save ZTE, not American jobs. We need to, make sure that the Ukraine gets a bunch of coal and trains. Yeah, it's going to be good. Good, yes, it's going to be good. In exchange before Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Mr. Pompeo grew very testy when Senator Tom Udall, Democrat of New Mexico, asked how Mr. Cheeseburger's finances might impact his foreign policy decisions. That's why he has his neophyte sons out there right now, Dip and Dap, okay, who are basically out there just mucking up business left and right, and they're trying to make more obstruction of justice more so than anything else. Come on. Here's a man who knows how to deal. He doesn't know anything about people. Okay? I know people. Just like the penguin on Batman. Quack, quack, quack. Okay? It was the second time in as many days as the nation's new chief diplomat displayed a flash of anger during congressional testimony. God forbid what he's doing right about now. Quote, given that the president refuses to disclose his tax returns, which he said he would do during his campaign, he has never done so. How can you assure the American people that American foreign policy is free of his personal conflicts of interest? Mr. Udall asked. Mr. Pompeo first dismissed the question as bizarre and then grew heated. He was stumbling because that touched the nerve. And now see what you've done, Pompeo. You have now given your boy Mueller a redirection of how to make his questions more condensed when it comes to collusion. All right? When it comes to the affairs of American people and so forth, your dictator, okay, is dicking everybody around. His answers are wishy-washy. I mean, come on, I would have done better. I would have been done better with one of those play schools Poland speaks. You know, this is a cow. This is a moose. This is a raccoon. This is a white man who cannot keep his lives together. All right. I've been incredibly involved in this administration foreign policy now for some 16 months, and I have seen literally no evidence of what you are scurrilously suggesting. There's nothing outrageous about it. It's nothing outrageous in the suggestion whatsoever. Mr. Pompeo, you are such a dut. I mean, come on, man. Come on. When you use words that you don't know the definitions to, stop trying to sound like you're intelligent. Please. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for your party, especially when you have Christian Republicans who basically animately post up stuff that says, you know, if women can breastfeed, then I have the right to grab their breast. Okay. This is the party this is the Republican Party, people. Okay, this is the Republican Party. Just a few instances, not all of them. There are some of them that are slowly moving toward the Democratic side. They're looking for impeachment because this man is embarrassing enough as it is. The people around him are embarrassing. The greatest thing that ever happened to Julius Caesar is that he was stabbed by Brutus. And guess who? You know, we could pin the tail on the Brutus and, you know, Cheeseburger's administration all damn day. But they keep moving. It's like you're like, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. It's like that roach in your house and so forth. When you turn on the light, he's like Ninja Roach. Now you see him, now you don't. You can't. You try to like smash it, and it keeps moving away. That's pretty much like, you know, Cheeseburger. That's the whole administration. Moving right along, people. Moving right along. Because I can look at all this stuff real quick. So therein lies the fact, people, that when it comes to entitlement, billionaires can basically say and do whatever the hell they freaking want, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, we are moving right along. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we're doing good. We're just 3 minutes out of here. Yeah! Okay, cool. Anyway. Gotta look at this real quick and so forth because this is almost hilarious to a certain extent. Okay? Now, Cheeseburger has been sitting up there saying, oh, there's a spy, here's a good spy. Man has been lying his ass off. Alright? He's been lying since day one. He's been lying for the last 40 years of his life. Banks don't deal with him and so forth, but yet the banks are now happy that they're getting a lot of business done. I mean, after he said, you know, we're gonna pull out of this North Korean thing, whoa, the stock market went way up. But unfortunately, the ACLU demands records of social media surveillance under Cheeseburger. So maybe Cheeseburger is his own damn spy. Spygate. He's the one that came up with the damn term, and now he's basically just feeding it to everybody. See, you see how he's manipulating the media to use words and phrases that are not even covered in Webster. I mean, think about it, people. There are people that have to write his speeches for him to tone his jackassness down, okay? Here we go. How about this? The ACLU on Thursday demands records related to social media surveillance of immigrants and U.S. citizens under the Cheeseburger administration, saying recent tactics raise curious concerns for people's privacy. Okay, come on. The NSA has a warehouse in Utah that extrapolates private information from us on a day-to-day basis. Why do you think they call them smartphones, people? All right? Why do you think they're trying to go for net neutrality? Okay, which, by the way, by June 11th, if we don't have our net neutrality going anywhere at this particular point, and we lose it, guess what? We just sold out to corporate America, and therefore our rights have basically gone down the drain. Because, as I said, for the last 15 years, we are systematically voting off our rights into the New World Order. And we're just happily going about it, just like, yeah, this is great, we gotta deal with it, yeah, we don't mind getting hit, we don't mind getting beat up, we don't mind for the sucker punch. There you go, Zulu King Freeze, good morning, thanks for joining, bro. That's what I mean. Join the Convo, stay for the insanity, because this is exactly what it is. This is nothing but insanity. It's just crazy. The group filed a Freedom of Information Act request to 7 government agencies on Thursday, seeking to discover how the administration is collecting and using content from Twitter, Facebook, and other social media sites. So we don't have to worry about analytic unfolding and so forth, because they're colluded with the Russians to make sure that dipshit actually won the election through the electoral vote, which was basically landslided and lopsided to begin with when the popular vote did not matter. See what I'm saying, real? This collusion thing is starting to come, this collusion word is starting to come up, and Fox and Friends are such ass kissers. It is almost funny to even see me now. Okay? Sean Hannity, please, for the love of God, stop being a fucking slumlord. Alright? You know what you are. Now, the government's use of these kinds of surveillance tactics has raised concerns over possible racial and religious discrimination privacy issues and the potential chilling effect, quote unquote, it could have on free speech if people knew they were being watched. Come on. Cameras on the corners who would pity your mistakes. Okay? You got cameras everywhere, all right? We're not the most watched nation, but we are watching. And if you pull one of these out, you can get shot for watching. Okay? I mean, good grief. This is the only equalizer that we have, people, for our freedom of voice, our speech. In order for you to protect what you see, you and what is being said to you, this is your only defense against racism, against discrimination. Okay? This right here, this is a lethal weapon. Up here is how you use it and what you use it for. So in late March, the State Department announced a proposal that would create a list of social media platforms and require millions of visa applicants to, quote-unquote, provide any identifiers used by applicants for those platforms during the 5 years preceding the date of application, according to the proposal published in the Federal Register. Quote, the State Department has issued several notices disclosing that it intends to gather social media identifiers from individuals seeking to visit or immigrate to the United States. So we're going to stop the flood of Russian babies, right? Because we know now that, there's a, those sperm count in the white community. I mean, come on. If you watch TV, people, what do you see? You see the affluent get what they want. You get to see the privileged do what they want, and of course, you get to see the entitled say what they want, right? Oh my God. Okay, so that would mean I would have to leave this alone because the ACLU basically just does not want to do anything. Okay, it only does things when it needs some money. Speaking of money, Rachel Dolezal was hit with a felony theft charge and welfare fraud case. How many brothers and sisters, brown and black, and Chinese, and everybody else in between, have basically been, charged in welfare fraud? Quite a few. It doesn't make up the small population in prison, so forth. But needless to say, I remember there was a case when somebody was driving a white van and he stole a printing press for food stamps, and then I guess they had to go to plastic from there. So Rachel Dolezal, former NAACP chapter leader, who resigned after her parents revealed she is quote unquote not African American. Oh my God, how the hell did that happen? Okay, maybe she did one of those Lauren Tomey, DNA tests. Maybe she might find some black in her, but she's not African American. Felony theft charge in Washington State after she allegedly made false statements to secure nearly $9,000 in food stamps and child care assistance. Wow, privilege goes such a fucking long way, doesn't it? Charged against Dolezal, who changed her name to Nikishe Diallo in October of 2016. See, when you stupid bitches go out there and change your fucking names, trust me, it does not hide you from your slave name whatsoever. That's why it's great to have nicknames, okay? According to the court's documents, investigators with Washington State's Department of Social and Health Services, DSHS, our favorite accompaniment to diaspora, started looking into Dolezal's finances in March of 2017 after the publication of her autobiography in full color, Finding My Place in a Black and White World. Bitch, he was never black. Okay, straight up, he was never black. Let's throw that out of the freaking window right off the bat. You cheated welfare, you got food stamps, and they're not gonna make you pay that shit back because you're white. Okay? When it happens, if anybody's ever been to like any of those courts and so forth, basically you get thrown into jail and then you get hit with restitution right behind that shit. Okay? This bitch damn near deposited $84,000 in her bank account. Well, you know you ain't supposed to have $2,000 in it, dumbass. Fuck. Did you read the rules? You just got getting greedy. You get more than that, and then you get $9,000 in food stamps and $100 a month from child care assistance for 2 straight years. Bitch, you need your head slapped off your shoulders, straight up and down, okay? So she just resigned as head of the Spokane NAACP chapter in 2015 after her parents told local media that she had been born white and was merely posing as a black activist. Caucasian biology 101. Your DNA is structured different, okay? The only reason why you are white is because our ancestors, who are black, altogether, Wakanda black, okay, necessarily went into some recessive areas where there were clouds. And the less sun means that you start to lose your melanin. Thus began the white race. That's your heritage. Understand it, live it, and identify with it. Because if you are 30 years old and you still live with your mama, how in the hell do you get so much social attention? It's simple. White media plays to the stupidity of white people. And here we are, USA Today. 30-year-old evicted by his parents gets job offer bonus from Italian restaurant. I mean, homeboy looked a little dirty, a little grimy, but you know the story. 30-year-old man in New York gets evicted by his parents who tried to help him move out in February by offering him $1,000, over $1,000 in a 2-week notice. They gave him money to move the fuck out. He took his parents to court saying he needed 6 months and lost. The man, Michael Rotondo, also a father, by the way, does not have a job. Boo fucking who? You mean to tell me we got brothers and sisters out there looking for work? We got senior citizens who are of color trying to find work, okay? Can't find a job, have no resources, anything like that. But the minute this jackass gets on TV like, I have a child. You mean to tell me this is how they're saving the white race at this particular point? This is how the white man is saving himself for this particular issue? All you got to do is just go live with your mom, take him to go live with your mom and your dad, go to court, and then you get a job, right? This took in a space of 3 damn days, people. 3 damn days. This man's been living with his parents for like damn near 20 some odd years. And in 3 days, he gets a job, okay? Wow. You know how long, there are places here in Colorado Springs that even if I show up with an immaculate freaking resume, okay, my age does not need to work. Is that a handicap or what? Yes, the fuck it is. The Villa Italian Kitchen is offering Rotondo a job. Not only that, but the $1,101 too, $1 more than his parents offered him. Oh, wow. So therefore, you know, he's going to try and do that because he wants to get his visitation rights back. He's going to be in and out of court. Okay? This is kind of sad, man. This is kind of sad. This is kind of sad. Okay? While black and brown people are being shot and killed just for trying to get to work, just for motivating themselves to saying that, you know, there's some part of the American dream that is not a complete nightmare. Okay? And when the obvious in reverse is happening, it's happening now to athletes. It's now happening beyond the scope of our communities. It's now happening to those who are rich, okay, who have the money to do shit now, okay? The only reason, let's just throw all this woman bullshit out of the freaking window. The only reason why Bill Cosby was found guilty is because they needed him to stop trying to buy NBC. That is a fact. There is much more going on behind that, okay? The only reason why the NFL players are not allowed to kneel anymore is because you have a bunch of white owners on the plantation saying, overseer, 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 officer, okay? And they're basically taking their rights away from them. They're making them into fucking tools, okay? Friendships evolve. When you're on the low end of the scrotum pole, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now, let me go back to John Gold. He said once before that people put aside their class issues, their financial issues, and come together as one and say, we are people, we are human beings. Don't you know this country would shudder at the thought? Sure, we got more than 3,000 bases in this alone. Okay, some active, some where they have, you know, their crew basically taking LSD and monitoring, like, you know, nuclear weapons. Kind of sad though. It's madness. So, needless to say, I got two other things of madness here that I want to like go over. Oh yeah, let's get rid of her. Yeah, that's done. Okay, two really goofball ass stories here. Okay, now, we all have what is known as problems. Okay, addiction is a sad thing, that unless you don't know how to kick it. So when it comes to like cheeseburgers, war, and opiates, I hope he winds up at a seafood restaurant. Okay, CBS News, mussels off the Seattle coast test positive for opiates. So now you can actually get a heroin charge out of eating something that basically is has no bones in it. Right, oysters. As more and more American communities grapple with opiate addiction, the human toil of the epidemic has grown in both scope and severity, and now scientists at the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife have found evidence of the drug's impact has literally flown downstream to affect marine life as well. Specifically, they use mussels as a barometer of pollution in the waters off Seattle and discovered that the oxycodone, is now present enough in the marine environment where for shellfish to test positive. Okay, they are filter feeders. Okay, the same thing when we used to put, like, say, you know, canaries in like canaries in, say, like, you know, in caves for carbon monoxide gas. Now you have mussels, you have shellfish that contains opiates. Great, free drugs for everybody. For real, that's free drugs for everybody. Now you don't have to go to Big Pharma. Okay, you don't have to go and pay out of your ass or off of your insurance policy to go get opiates. They now can cost you only, like, you know, $50 a plate, and if you go to, say, like one of those Chinese buffets and everything, man, you can get like a crap load of them for, you know, like, all you can eat, $12.95. You can't beat that. Eat enough oysters and everything, and then you can walk out of there high as a kite. Man, isn't that great? I mean, come on, we don't think much about the plastic islands that we throw plastic from our cruise ships at all, and create these seas and pockets of plastic that are living on our seas or anything like that. No, we don't take care of our planet at all. And because we don't take care of our planet, now shit's coming back under our oceans. Pretty soon there won't be anything left in the ocean for us to even consume, because it'll all be dead because we poisoned it. And our industrialization of this entire planet will look like something of a Death Star. All right? I'm sorry, but I'm a Star Wars fan, you know, hating history. But, you know, this is the thing. This is the thing, people. If we are polluting our oceans with opiates, if we are polluting our oceans with plastics, if we are polluting ourselves with garbage like this, man-made garbage, to feel better, to, you know, help us, I mean, come on. You see the shit on TV on a day-to-day basis, okay? This will help you, but you will lose a spleen. You will lose your liver. Your kidney functions will not work. You will have excessive. Why is it every product that says that's out there, that's advertised, has something to do with diarrhea? Okay, okay. Vic McNewman, good morning. Love you. Okay, what is it? Okay, when humans ingest opiates like oxycodone, they ultimately end up excreting traces of the drugs into the toilet. Now those chemicals then end up in the wastewater. And while contaminants are filtered out of wastewater before it's released into the oceans, wastewater management systems can't entirely filter out drugs. Plus, don't eat when you're doing your opiates, okay? But then again, I mean, man is a nasty bastard on this planet, okay? Straight so nasty that we keep forgetting our contributions. We keep forgetting the contributions of those who basically don't do the damn drugs. From Vox, undocumented immigrants pay billions of dollars in federal taxes each year, but yet still we spend 30% of our time throwing away the ones that are basically doing good for the communities. They bring in jobs, they bring in legislation to make sure that they're inclusive within the communities that they live in. Okay? For real. From Vox, one of the biggest misconceptions about undocumented immigrants is that they don't pay any taxes. In the first address to Congress, people, okay, Cheese Boyga, okay, set the tone for his coming immigration agenda when he said immigration costs U.S. taxpayers billions of dollars a year. Bullshit. Okay? Okay, the man walks around with his lip dragging on the ground, and he has like these micro toothpicks and so forth to hold it up whenever he walks around. And like he's smelling everybody else's shit but his own. Okay, 2017 Gallup poll that asked survey respondents, quote unquote, whether immigrants to the United States were making the tax situation in the country better or worse, found that 41% said worse, while only 23% said better. 33% said they had no effect. Okay, if the tax situation was so damn worse, Mr. Soderbergh, or whatever the fuck your name is, okay, Mr. Oh, I'm an attorney, but I'm going to get ready to call ICE on everybody. They should get rid of ICE altogether. I mean, it's garbage. It's straight garbage. Okay. So if anything, we're looking at a big lie, a huge lie. The most recent IRS data from 2015 shows that an agency that received 4.4 million income tax returns from workers who don't have Social Security numbers, which includes a large number of undocumented immigrants. That year, they paid $23.6 billion in income taxes. So to sit there and believe this jackass, okay, is basically your way of saying that you're stupid enough to fall for the New World Order that is being incremented on your shit on a day-to-day basis. Okay? So, have we not learned anything yet? Okay? Those undocumented workers pay taxes for benefits they can't even use, Social Security and Medicare. So the scrapping of Medicare for what reason? We don't have a Medicare system now. What makes you think most people who don't have insurance are going to wind up going for insurance now? We're talking like 13 million people in this country are going to wind up saying by the first of next year saying, fuck insurance, we're not doing it. Because you want us to work for the shit. You want us to do work for Medicare, work for Medicaid, right? And still, you have motherfuckers walking around here with